Hello guys, Naija Wash is back again. We've got a debate tonight for you, a debate from our brothers in diaspora. We've got Eriamiantor, Stephanie, and Andrew Omofuma. They will be here pretty soon. We already have Mr. Eriamiantor behind the scene right now. We're going to bring him in. Mr. Eriamiantor will be talking about Governor Godwin Obaseki, why he's supporting Governor Godwin Obaseki, and why he wants Governor Godwin Obaseki to come back in the second time. Why Andrew Omofuma will be defending his principal, Pastor Ize-Iyamu. So, like we've promised you guys, we can't say this alone. We have to continue to bring every individual in that is consecrated themselves to support these candidates so that they can speak to us why they want these candidates to emerge in September 19 as the governor of Edo State. So we've got them behind the scene right now. I'm going to bring them in. Please join us. Leave your questions. We are going to drop a phone number for people to contribute into this show. Hello. Good evening, Mr. Eriamiantor.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, viewers.
Yeah, good to have you here. We're going to bring Mr. Andrew in now. We can see him. He's already behind the scene as well. You know. Hello, Mr. Andrew. Good evening to you there.
Yeah, good evening, Zabby James. How you doing? It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah. We are very good. It's nice to have you. Okay, Mr. Eriamiantor is saying hello to you, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, Mr. My brother, my friend, I greet you.
How you doing, sir? Hello, sir.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. Okay, gentlemen, it's really a privilege to have you both here today. So there's a rules that we must follow. This is a debate. Whatever languages we are going to be using today must be constructive. No insultive words, no F word, no matter what the opponent, your competitor is saying. You can't use any insultive words for each other. We have to be constructive because I believe I have two educated adults here right now. And we have our followers who would like to hear facts from both of you. You know, that's why we booked you both for today to come to tell us why you choose your candidate and why you want your candidate to emerge September 19 for the next governor of Edo State. So we are going to start with Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, you've been with us, Naija Wash, for quite a while now. We'll be promoting you like others. So we thought you'll be very vocal recently. I like it because we in diaspora, we actually surprised ourselves to see that this is the first election that you can see every those in diaspora are participating themselves, you know, because we are tired of what is happening in Edo State. You know, Edo State, I know Mr. Eriamiantor, I visited Nigeria not quite long, and Mr. Andrew as well. I visited Nigeria, Edo State not long ago. So at the end of the day, I'm very sure that none of you is happy with what you've seen that has been going on for so long. Despite that, we have a governor right now that is trying his best to make a change. So that is what Mr. Eriamiantor will be defending today. Why Mr. Andrew will also be defending his principle. Why you think that bringing Pastor Ize-Iyamu winning this election, what is he going to do differently from what Governor Godwin Obaseki is already doing right now? Mr. Andrew, please introduce yourself to the public and answer the question. Thank you very much.
Okay. I greet the full house. I greet every viewers of Nigeria World. I greet everybody that's going to get this live streaming. My name's Andrew Omofuma. I'm the man behind the Home of Equal Right and Justice. It's a page I run. Before now, you must have associated me with one of the movers and shakers of the social media, equally a freedom fighter as well. But obviously, that's not the business of a discussion tonight. So, I live in Italy. I've been a formidable force, an activist, an advocate for good governance, and anti-everything wrong about bad governance in Nigeria. I think that will be okay for the now. It's okay with you?
All right. I'm going to revise back, then we come back to this again. Mr. Andrew, we don't actually understand, because I guess most of us here, we are speaking for most of our followers, dedicated followers. We would like to know, because we all know you to be a PFM member. So you talked about something that is not actually clear. You're still a PFM member, mega comrade, supporter, or I don't know. Can you address that before we get into the debate, please?
Okay, I do support wholeheartedly what PFM stand for and what dreams and aspiration about PFM stand for. But obviously, I'm out of PFM. I'm no more with PFM today.
Okay, all right, that's very clear. As you all can hear this, my people, Mr. Andrew Omofuma is not with PFM anymore. So now, Mr. Andrew, we are going to ask you now. You are so consecrated over the emerging of Pastor OSAGIE Ize-Iyamu. Can you please tell us why you want Pastor to become the next governor of Edo State? Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I think Zebi, that is a good one. I think that is a very good question. Initially, in this dispensation of democracy, I just hope my audio quality is good.
Very good, very good.
Okay. In this dispensation, when Obaseki came up, we never thought it would come to this all-time low when there will be an in-party fight between people of alike or people that think alike. But we also, it's not a new thing. We also the kind of how do I put it? Outright betrayal that this governor brought to the person of his mentor, his whatever he calls him, though he calls him a godfather, but for me, that is not it's not standing. There's no reason why anybody should call anybody a godfather. Godfatherism must come to play in every sector of life, everything. Worldwide, it has always been there. So when this man came out as a force to call his mentor a godfather, and out of Oshiomhole still coming to let peace prevail in the party, we also try to rubbish the person of Oshiomhole. Then there was a need for the house to be settled. Now came in to kind of reorganize the house. Because we now saw that whoever that is leading Edo State, the party's initial belief, is not going to deliver based on what the party put him there to do. Now came our pastor, POI, to come to the party. We also, with all arrant impunity that this governor never wanted POI to come to the party. Based on that, I knew that there was something this pastor is going to do that our present governor is not doing. He wants us to believe that the order of the day must come to play. So based on that, I still believe POI is a better man. POI never ruled Edo State. POI was always a secretary. POI will make the difference. With this simple agenda is going to make the difference. That is my submission for the now. If I think you've gotten that.
All right. The question, okay, you think, because according to your response, you think POI would make a difference from what Governor Obaseki is currently doing. Okay. Now, we've uploaded hold on 1 minute, please. we've uploaded lots of videos which we have on our YouTube, on our database, as an evidence where you've emotionally supported POI, Pastor Ize-Iyamu.
Yeah.
If you think,
I see.
hold on, please. Two people can speak at the same time, sir. You know, if you think Pastor Ize-Iyamu can do better than Governor Obaseki, that means you are assuming you are not actually sure, because you need to let us know why you think, you know, like to bring PFM in, like the other day came in, he was very sure and dedicated to what he was saying, that POI, this is that. So we want you to enlighten us a little bit. What you think Pastor Ize-Iyamu, what has he done before? What position has he hold before in Edo State? And what has he done that you think that can motivate you or us to believe if he become a governor of Edo State, he's going to do better than Governor Obaseki?
Okay, that's a good one. Point of correction, maybe I might have made a mistake by saying I think. I still know that POI is a better man, is a more grassroots politician on the base. He knows how to reach out to the people, and he doesn't underrate nobody. He should be a better man to be our governor today. With all the olive branches he's spreading out to everybody, he doesn't care. Whoever, how high a place you are, how low you are, he has reached out to everybody. He doesn't go to look at you. You're not up to his standard. He has been the secretary of Edo State government during the tenure of Lucky Benedio. So for that reason, he has been a grassroots politician. He contested under PDP during the last election, that is not maybe 2016, with this same our governor, and he scored virtually almost 47 or 40 percentage. The differences were not much. With the support of Oshiomhole, with Obaseki now, no, then with Obaseki, then he was able to still, as a city governor, he was able to reach out and get almost the vote. But as we all know, we know that even stories have been coming out from the grapevine that this election was supposed to be won by POI.
Okay.
But our man that is there,
thank you.
He would let us go, but he has not been doing that.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. I'm going to bring in Mr. Eriamiantor right now. Mr. Eriamiantor, are you there? Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good. I guess you were hearing Mr. Andrew, everything we talk about, right? Okay, can you respond to that, please?
Okay, let me just do some response to that maybe before
yes,
I talk about my brother talked about in-house fight. You know, that was what it started with. One of his problems he had with Obaseki was an in-house fight. Okay, and if I want to comment on that, I will say that there was no in-house fight, but there was just a commotion within the house. And what do I mean by commotion within the house? Some persons felt that Governor Obaseki was no more carrying them along. That was the bone of contention. And what is the definition of carrying along according to the politicians? I quote Eriamiantor in a video that is on Facebook, which has gone viral. He said, and I quote, Obaseki does not invite them anymore to the government house. That they needed a governor who will know them by their name, not one who will not respect them or not know them by their name. And if what I to say, if Obaseki is allowed for his second term, they are all going to be retired and they have to look for something else to do. That was a statement by Eriamiantor. I'm going to quote Comrade Tony Kabaka when he had an interview called Under the Mango Tree. Right under there, Tony Kabaka made a statement clearly, and he stated that Obaseki is so greedy to the point that he had to take POS to the market women. That automatically was the reason why he had an issue with Obaseki. Then lately, after Obaseki lost out from the APC screening committee, Tony Kabaka came up again at the front of his house. He made another statement that also went viral. And he said, if Obaseki had given them contracts to build roads and schools, will Obaseki be passing through what is passing through today? So if you see the entire in-house commotion that my brother is talking about here now, is all based on stomach infrastructure. That is where people like me comes in. I was once also a comrade like him. I was actually one of those who actually began the PFN with mega comrade. You are going to ask him about Steven from Sweden. He knows me very well. We're one of the people that actually started their PFM with him. So I also put that as a point. Reason best known to me. Number two, we talk about betrayal of Oshiomhole by Obaseki. Now, when assuming with all contention that Oshiomhole actually brought Obaseki to limelight, which is false, anyways, but assuming without no doubt, without any form of doubt, assuming that was it. But the issue is this: the moment Obaseki becomes a governor, is no more answerable to anybody, not even APC, but it's not answerable to the 4.5 million people that make up what we call the Edo State. So the moment Obaseki is become a betrayer, or he betrayed Oshiomhole, without not betraying the masses who actually voted for him, I don't think he had done nothing wrong. I'm putting it under the level of what? An assumption that what my brother said is 100% correct. Okay? Because his mandate is for the people. His mandate is not for one man. Oshiomhole had one vote, just like Obaseki, just like I, just like you, Naja was, and just like my brother Andrew. We all have one vote to vote. The vote that Obaseki got that made him the winner of the election, that made a vote that came from Obaseki. So that automatically makes it completely impossible for anyone to say Obaseki betrayed Oshiomhole. Okay? Now let's coming into the party.
Okay, hold on 1 minute,
Okay.
Mr. Ramator and Mr. Andrew. Whenever Mr. Ramator is talking, please mute your audio. You know, there's a sign there on your screen that you can click to mute it. Can you see it there? Hello, Mr. Andrew, can you hear me?
My audio quality is very low.
Yeah, no, it's very good. It's very clear. But whenever you are talking, Mr. Stephen needs to mute his audio. And whenever he's talking, you mute yours so that we can.
I'm not hearing you loud. I want to kind of increase the volume.
But we can hear you.
Can
you hear me?
So faint, very faint, Mr. Ize-Iyamu.
Okay, what you need to do right now, can you go off and come back again through the main source that you came through?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Eriamiantor. We're going to have Andrew back again. All right. We're sorry, everyone. Mr. Eriamiantor, we can't hear you. Your audio.
Yeah. I just muted when you were talking to him, so we don't get anything.
All right. Okay. Good. When we have Mr. Andrew back, I'm going to ask you some serious questions concerning why you choose to support Governor Obaseki and why you want him to come back for the second time.
Yeah.
Those in diaspora would like to know why you and others that is clamoring for him want him to come back. You know, but we're supposed to have Mr. Andrew back by now because it's a straightforward comeback. You know, let me check what is going on. 1 minute, please. We're sorry, audience. Let's sort this out. Mr. Andrew needs to be here. Um, all right. We are still waiting for Mr. Andrew. Oh. Mr. Andrew, we need you back if you're hearing us. Okay, I think he's back now. Okay. Hello, Mr. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now because my audio, my volume was not good before now. I have to return back and systemize it.
Okay, now, whenever you are talking, Mr. Eriamiantor has to mute his audio, and if he's talking, you mute yours. Okay? So whenever I want to talk to anyone that muted their audio, I'm going to wave, then you can know that I need your attention to switch back your audio, okay? So we are still on with Mr. Eriamiantor right now. Mr. Eriamiantor, please, can you tell us, especially we, the Edos in diaspora, why you want Governor Obaseki to come back to office in September 19? Why do you support him so much? What has he done that you think he needs to finish? What do you think he can do differently from what he has done before? Please talk to us.
Okay, thank you, viewers. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Eriamiantor. I'm based in Sweden, and I am an advocate of good governance, and also I'm a pastor. Yeah, I will permit you will permit me to take maybe few minutes to go back a little bit before I come back to your question. In 2015 to 2016, I was one of the strongest supporters of Pastor Ize-Iyamu, one of the strongest supporters of Ize-Iyamu. The likes of Ifaluyi Obeide, the likes of Ezomo AK, the likes of what's the name of this guy now? And many others who are with Obaseki today were actually on the side of Ize-Iyamu in 2016. And also, I was one of those who actually fought Obaseki with mega comrade Clement Eriamiantor between 2016 and 2017, to a standstill. But at the time we were doing that, I traveled home, like I told you, and I began to see some changes in the things that was happening in Edo State. One of the reasons why I never supported Obaseki in 2016 is because of the quote of Kabaka, which we called godfather in the Nigerian politics. And the reason was this: Obaseki came in through Oshiomhole, which most of us in Edo State at that time never want anyone to decide the fate of 4.5 billion people. That was why I refused to support him. But when he came in, he had been able to prove to us that it was not the stooge that we taught him to be. He was not a puppet that we taught him to be. He was a man of his own self, a man that has the ability to decide and to make things when he wished to. That was my first reason of getting attracted to him. The number two reason was this: before the coming of Obaseki, the pensioners, they were on the street. My mom is a pensioner. My grandma was a pensioner before she died. And many of my families were pensioners. I have to pay their bills all from here when Oshiomhole was in government for 8 years. And that wasn't okay with us. But when this guy came in, he had to come in with a new system that as of today, every pensioner in Edo State receive their salary as at when due. No pensioner goes to Ring Road again and line up. No black on Monday and red on Thursday. That was a finito. Number two, the civil servants, the judges in Edo State, we hold up to 14 months salary before the coming in of Governor Obaseki. As I speak to you today, every of that has become an history. And today, these guys receive salary between 24th and 26th of every month. That is fantastic, because that is why we are here in Europe. If I work in Europe and I don't get paid when I'm supposed to get paid, then I don't need to work. Then number three, with the help of our Oba, the great Oba Gatokbe, Oba Eredaba II, there was the eradication of the CDAs in Benin City. That has been one of the greatest issue that was affecting the kingdom in terms of development. But this, with the help of the Oba and with the law that was enacted and be passed into law, the CDA becomes an history. They still operate skeletally, but not the way it used to be before now. Number 4, then there was what we call the tout or the Aberus. Under what we call the Akube Ventures, led by Comrade Tony Kabaka. Today, that has become an history. Our mothers are no more being beaten in the marketplaces. Our drivers are no more being harassed and all that and that. Yeah, people are going to say, what about the guys that Obaseki put on the street, to help to collect this money? Yes, sometimes, because we are Nigerians, we are lawless people. Sometimes these guys also still come up and act like that. But the major thing is this: one man is no more in charge of our collective financial responsibility. Today, from 1 million every month to 87 million every month. That was a fantastic job that was done by Obaseki. Number 5, there's what we call the Olobo or the Oshiomhole private power plant. That is a fantastic innovation. There is no state in the entire Nigeria that have been able to come up with such an idea. Despite it has not started its full capacity, but yet the idea of it being put in place was one that every meaningful Edolite must appreciate. Number 7, there is the issue of the modular refinery that we just saw today. That was a PPP, private-public partnership. Okay, and that is the event of what we call the audio MOU that is being circulated on the social media by Obaseki's opponent. Today, we'll have a modular refinery that is 75% or 80% onto completion. Number 9, we have the job creation. I'm going to come there because that has been one of the major tactics that the Pastor Ize-Iyamu's candidate have been or supporter have been dealing on. What is job creation? The difference between job creation and government employment. We must get that very clearly right now. Now, in Europe we live in, most of us work with the private companies, not the government-owned companies. Those companies those people working under that company are being added to the job that will be created within a specific number of years. Like this, when this coronavirus came up now, I'm going to talk about Sweden where I live in. When the coronavirus came in now, many people lost their job, not with the government, but with a private company. And those people are being put among those who are jobless as of today. So job creation does not mean that every job that must be created must come from the government alone. No, job creation means every job that is created within this specific period of time, with the help of the government, with what the government has put on ground, we makes it to be a creation. Now the government can have their own employment, and individuals with the enabling environment that is being put in place for others to be able to come in and invest in the economy. Then we have a job creation, which Obaseki has done fantastically well. Now we now have the Edo job perfectly. The Edo job is one thing that is also happening in Europe today. Most of us doesn't understand what the Edo job means. Maybe I will try to enlighten us on that. The Edo job is a website being created by the Obaseki administration in order that every graduates, attached with their disciplines, we have to come register their disciplines and their qualification on the Edo job portal. And when there is a job coming from any of these private companies in the Edo State, they don't need to, put advertisement on this paper. All they need to do is to contact the Edo Job Center, who will now match whatever requirement that they have, and there's going to be an automatic matching. And when there's automatic matching, then an SMS will be sent to you via the telephone number you left there for you to go for an interview. And the most beautiful part of it, which most people don't talk about, is this: for the first 6 months of you working with that company, you are under the Edo State government responsibility until the very particular people or the very particular company who employed you first satisfied with your job, and you will not be given what we call in Europe a live contract. That was a fantastic one. The other one is this. It's called the Edo Best. The Edo Best. The Edo Best became a platform. Even the Lagos State government had to borrow the idea of Obaseki during this COVID-19 pandemic, as an initiative to say, this one I am going to do better. I'm going to do better. Obaseki has also helped in training over 11,000 of our teachers from the analog way of teaching to the digital way of teaching. That is one thing that actually drew me to him. Please, sir, if you know my time is up, let me know, then I stop. Okay, sir.
Oh, no, hold on 1 minute. I think you've given 10 reasons. I think that is enough for Mr. Andrew to counter. So, Mr. Andrew, are you there? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Hello, Mr.
I'm here. I'm very much around.
Okay. I hope you heard everything that Mr. Eriamiantor said, right?
I did. Those are 10 business reasons, 10 utopias. Business not be realistic on the ground. They're just business. They're not realistic.
How do you counter that, please?
I know these are just mere statistics that are nowhere to be found. They're just mere rhetorics being sold in social media to the people that campaign for this governor to sell dummy ideas to us. They're not feasible on the ground. They're not feasible. And the best is not all that feasible. The job creation is not realistic. It's not being realistic. It's not there. Statistics you're giving is just to make noise on the social media. The people on ground are not feeling it. I was in Nigeria last year. I never saw people that were being employed by your so-called rhetorics you're preaching here. 10 reasons of not making meaningful senses on air. It's not feasible. It's not realistic. You make it so sweet, like it's coming out from you, but it's not written on the ground. I was there. I saw it wholeheartedly. The people are not feeling the impact of this government. The government promised us 200,000 jobs, gele. It promised us sober farms. These are not realistic. So I don't know what yardstick, on what ground you are trying to set this government for us. I don't know because what you're just telling us, these are just mere slogans, mere rhetorics on the cyberspace.
Okay.
All you just said, the people are not feeling it. They're not feeling it. The people are so tired of this government. I don't want to counterattack you one by going to your 10 points. Those 10 points are just baseless. What are the 4 points agenda your governor gave us that's coming to deliver? He came with this 4-point agenda: agriculture, 200,000 jobs, gele, and industrial park. And those things are not feasible after 4 years. Professor Ambrose Ali, that you guys compare him with, was able to deliver the Ambrose Ali University, which had a campus in Kabaka, under 4 years, feasible, working before Bermuda came, and he was gone. So why must your governor not make those things feasible? And let's see why we are telling him to go. Then we will not call us on ingrates that this man has performed. We're just being antagonistic. We're just being kind of victimizing him for his good work. What is baffles all imagination of sane-minded people? How you guys are coming out to come with these unrealistic figures that are not there? It's so painful. Look at just the blood I committed of recent to bastardize the democratic structures in ring roads, selling talks to put down the maze, all in the name of renovation. Onto what basis? Onto what? Where is that being done? You guys say you are Europe. You cannot condemn what you see. It's done by this governor that has become a despot. He has become a despotic leader. It's not an autocratic governor. With this little argument, I think I will be done for now. I don't want to go too deep and especially. I just feel that this governor has not performed. He has not performed. No matter you kind of summarize it to make it so beautiful, so sweet with rhetorics and called 20 agenda, the governor has failed. I have always been a man with little words.
Okay, Mr. Andrew, according to, you don't need to get emotional because this is a live debate where you have lots of your fans here that's saying hello to you here. Same way Mr. Eriamiantor of his fans here as well. So I think this debate shouldn't have anything to do with emotion display. But I don't think you answered or counter what Mr. Eriamiantor said, because you just said what you're saying is not. No, hold on, please. All you're saying is whatever he's saying is baseless and all that. I believe I and my brothers and sisters that live in diaspora would have loved to hear a point straight, fact, that what you're saying on so day, year, time, this did happen. For example, the job creation, 200,000 job creation. You can counter that, for example, okay, you know, something like that. Because in the other way around, that's fine. If you said whatever that is saying is baseless, but we don't have a proof right now if it's baseless. That's what I'm trying to say, because bringing both of you here to compete with yourself, to debate, and let us that lives in the diaspora to know why you are supporting your principle. You know, you are not actually displaying that yet. But there's a question here for you from one of our commenters here. He's saying, during the time Pastor Ize-Iyamu was in government as a secretary, like you said, on Lucky Grenadian's regime, what did he do, or what, I don't know, what has he done then? Can you let us know?
Mr. Zavages, bringing that question to me, what do you expect the Secretary of the Government to do? The box doesn't really fall on his table. The Secretary of the Government is just to go along with what his boss says. He has to be loyal to his boss. He's just a secretary. He doesn't need to.
Hello, please. What is the duty of the Secretary of a government?
It is an appointment in the kind of a civil service, ferry. It doesn't have all the powers on his table. He doesn't have all the powers on his table to detect the tunes of what the government of the day will do.
Yes,
he doesn't have. He has never served as a politician.
Yes, in every section, every power given to you in the governmental sector, you have a power in your own sector, right? A secretary got their power, commissioner got their power, local government got their power, senator, ministers and all that, governor, deputy governor, president, vice president, and so on. You understand? So now, okay, we're going to jump that. I still want you to convince us why you think Pastor Ize-Iyamu will do differently. Like for me, for example, I've lived in the United Kingdom for so long, we should know for more than 2 decades. I need a change in Edo State. I need a change. Yes, for the past so many years now, we've got Locking the Radio, which didn't actually do nothing. We've got Comrade Adam Oshiomhole, you know, which those in diaspora are still not satisfied. Let me come there. I understand Comrade Adam Oshiomhole did some certain things then, but you live in diaspora. If we have to do some comparison with what Adam Oshiomhole did and where you live, because you live in Italy, right? Where you live, you have to do some comparison. Do you think our government are trying? You know, so this is why I'm asking, what do you think Pastor Ize-Iyamu will do differently if he emerges as the Edo State governor next September 19th?
September 19th. That's a good one, Mr. Zavages. Is a good one. Like you really know, we are in the third world. You must compare the developmental stripes as it is in the third world. Oshiomhole came. He has started a feasible plan for Obaseki to continue, which this man just abandoned with all arrogancy. And with that continuity, the development that we are all yearning for will not come. Because if one government come, just deviate from what his predecessors have started and go to different areas, it's not going to be easy for us. We don't have the resources as it is here in the Western world. And we are not even developed to that level. The mindset of the people are not even near it. Like we are now today, people are clamoring for Togba, it will not back, based on to what? With that relevant narrative to say. They're just being influenced by fanaticism, being influenced by whatever sentiment they feel that this man has done well because he betrayed the government that made him to be. With that continuity, we cannot get where we are trying to get to. So what you're telling me that if I will think Edo will get to Italy, I don't see that coming in the next 20 or 50 years. Not with any of these politicians, not with 20 Obaseki, not with any of them. But let us start from somewhere and let's continue.
Okay. All right. I like the fact that, Mr. Iyamu, we're going to get back to you, but I like the fact that you said not with any of the politicians, because we've got some questions from some of our followers, not right now, in the past, that if they have a choice, I want you to agree either yes or no to this, what I'm going to say right now. They said if they have a choice, they don't want both of them. They don't want Obaseki, they don't want Pastor Ize-Iyamu, they need someone else. But now, we know that we have two major parties in Nigeria, PDP and APC. And both of the candidates right now are from there. We have other candidates, but we are actually debating on the major candidate right now, right? So I'm going to ask you, Mr. Andrew, do you agree over the plight of Edos in diaspora that said if they have a choice, they don't want both of them? Like you also said that we can't compare Edo State with Western world in the next 20 years. Why not? Do you know that Nigeria is
because the level of hello?
Go ahead, I can hear you.
Okay, because there's no gainsaying. You just don't have to just believe that you must compare Edo State with Europe. The mindset of the people with the level of understanding of how to make their place develop is far, far different from what appears in Africa. It's far, far different. And the level of, I just don't know how we've gotten, how the mindset of we as a people have gotten so bad that even when we see somebody that's coming to help us and let us come out from our dark areas of life, we still go against that person. What Oshiomhole did for us was just a step to the right direction. Let GODWIN Obaseki continue, but he refused. Look at the hospital built with the taxpayers' money, being privatized by Obaseki. Onto what? Why? He said, I don't know if I just want to go a little bit down so that I not get for your question.
Right. Mr. Eriamiantor, we need your attention right now.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay, Mr. Eriamiantor, we have to come to you because we have some questions here for you. You said Obaseki deserves to come back for the second term. Why some people dispute that? They said no, he doesn't deserve second term. So I personally, I'm going to ask you a question. This is from us, because I was in Benin less than 24 hours ago. Okay. Some road I saw in Benin, I'm not pleased with it. Okay, for example, Ekewan Road has been dilapidated. The road is not passable at all, from beginning to the end. And every other road as well. And we have the current governor right now. So I remember asking, because I don't want you to say that, I remember asking one of the supporters in Edo State that, okay, you all want Governor Obaseki to come back, right? Okay, look at this road, look at that, look at this, and the light and all that. They said he has been distracted by Oshiomhole not to continue his job. So what do you say about that?
Okay, there is. I don't think there is any form of distraction there. The Kenwan Road as is, the Tesami Road as is, which is one of the most dilapidated as is in Benin, is under construction.
Yes,
right now. The Kenwan Road has two-layer drainage right now. Not just one. He has 2-layer underground drainage on the Kenwan Road. He has 2-layer underground drainage on the Tesami Road, because I live on both sides. So my mom lives in Tesami Road, and I have some properties in the Kenwan Road. So I can really tell you that there is a 2-layer drainage already being dug at the Kenwan Road as it, and also the Tesami Road as it. Yes, this period of time, it is actually a little bit messy because of the big machines being used on the road. Okay, there's a lot of destruction there. The mud with the rain, you know how it is in Benin. But the truth is the man is already working on that part of the road. to make it more tolerable and workable for the people. So there's no discussion there. It is working, but these things require time. And you know, road constructions are not actually, as far as the Nigeria setting is said, just like my brother Andrew said, road construction is mostly done during the dry season, but not in the rainy seasons because of the nature of our soils. But yet they are still working. Despite the rain, the heavy rain in Benin, they're still trying to do everything humanly possible to make that place more tolerable and easy access to the people. And when my brother said about, Obaseki stopping the job of Oshiomhole, I don't see that happening. It's not anywhere around the story. I'm going to say something. Oshiomhole tied the airport road to Iri Junction. From Iri down to Sapele Road was done by Obaseki. That is continuity. Okay, now I just talk about the Tesami Road right now. Tesami Road, as it was part of the water storm project of Oshiomhole, which Obaseki is doing right now, that is called continuity. Now, Oshiomhole came with what we call the Red Roof Revolution. The Red Roof Revolution, which Oshiomhole built, and made everywhere look beautiful. Okay, but Oshiomhole only built a structure without no capacity. So Obaseki came now with the Edo Best and the training of teachers. That is called continuity. So continuity does not mean that what is it called? You must. No, when somebody does something, you have to work on what is already in existence. Thank God my brother said now that the central hospital, known as the 5-star hospital, has been privatized by Obaseki. And it's already in use today. It's already in use today. That is called continuity. So there is nowhere in the cycle where Obaseki actually abandoned Oshiomhole's projects. No. The issue is the resources available to us are to be put into prudent use in order for him to know what we call the scale of preference, which is better than the other. Now we all live in Europe, and if you work at the end of the month, you are not being paid salary. What will you do? So the first thing you need to think of is the people that voted him into power. So you have to come with a structure to make sure that teachers or workers, any form of worker within the Edo State geographical location, gets their salary as at when due. That is the first priority of every government. When that is not there, if you like to do everything, it doesn't work. Thank you, sir.
All right. I think I'm going to ask the public to contribute right now because, like I told you guys before, we are going to bring in people to contribute into this matter. So before we do that, I have a question for you, Mr. Eriamiantor. The question is, somebody said you should answer that from the booth. He said, where is Commissioner Ero? And why is it that the governor is not talking about the commissioner since he was arrested? Let us know.
God, I have been waiting for this question because a lot of us have not been able to actually deal with this question. Thank God my brother lives in Italy. I have to explain some certain things, how it's workable. Now, there is a propaganda that Commissioner Ero was caught with 2 million euros on his way.
It's 19 hours.
Which I think was the wrong information. I'm going to explain why I felt that. Now, apart from politics, we must sometimes not play with people's issues to play politics. Ero was arrested for a crime he committed back years ago in Italy. Okay? Few years, I think we were doing 2019, middle of 2019, there was a real problem in Italy over some guys who were doing some nonsense things in Italy at that point in time. And some of them were caught when the police in Italy actually went after them and somebody mentioned his name. Then a signal was sent around the entire world, both to the Interpol and the Europol, declaring him wanted for a crime that was being committed in Italy. So that was why when he came in and he submitted his passport, there was a flag on him by the Interpol signal that this was the man they were looking for. That was the reason why when they got him arrested in France, they took him to Italy. By law, if it was a money laundering issue, Commissioner Ero needed to be dealt with in France or repatriated to Nigeria. Because it is where the crime was committed. That is where you need to be dealt with. I'm going to give an example. During the Jonathan administration, there was a time, if we all know that Pastor Ize-Iyamu's aircraft was used in laundering money to South Africa. Okay, the people that were arrested, they arrested all of them there in South Africa, and they were tracked there, not being transferred to somewhere else. Let's look at this guy called Hush Puppy. We all know him. This internet sensational fraudster that was caught in Dubai. They catch him in Dubai, but he was transferred to where? To US. Why? Because it was in US that the crime was committed. Commissioner Ero did not take along any $2 million for him to be arrested. Why is Obaseki not talking about it? Because it is Ero's fundamental human rights. The issue with Ero had nothing to do with the government of Obaseki. So you don't poke nose into people's private affairs, despite they are in your government. Number 3, why are he not being replaced by Obaseki's administration? The truth of the matter is this: Obaseki is a pundit man. It's an opportunity for him to save every naira being paid to Commissioner Ero, except there is anybody here or hearing me today that can prove me wrong otherwise, that Commissioner Ero is receiving salary as we speak. So, sir, that is just the truth of the matter there. It has nothing to do with 2 million. It has nothing to do with Obaseki's government. It is just a crime he committed some time ago. Thank you, sir.
Okay. This question is going to go to, because we've got somebody online already, so we're going to publish the phone number right now. Just hold on 1 minute, but we've got a question from Mr. Andrew Omofuma before we start taking calls. Right now, let me publish a number where people can actually contribute into this live show. 1 minute. Okay, Mr. Andrew, we've got Yoruba Mamudu. Mr. Andrew, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay. All right, good. We've got Yoruba Mamudu for you that said, why did Oshiomhole commission the 5-star hospital without completion?
Okay, that is a good one. The hospital was commissioned. It was commissioned hoping that the predecessor, which is Governor Obaseki, will continue, because there were equipments inside the hospital for him to finish the whole necessary things that needed to be done, so that the hospital will continue functioning 100%. He has to do it just for the whole thing, because he knows that he's bringing his own person to continue. That is just the basic reason, the major reason. For the government not to continue what Oshiomhole opened, Oshiomhole knew there were some machines there for Obaseki. They were there together. Oshiomhole facilitated a lot of, Obaseki's a company facilitated a lot of, most of this money for the whole construction, the water storm project, the hospital. So they were partners in these whole things. And among thieves, I always say there should be honor. Whatever must have transpired, it was left for both of them. They must have completed what they honorably agreed to deliver to Edos. And between me and you, we will not be hearing all this bullshit on the cyberspace or on the public arena today. So, to the best of my knowledge, I just know that they must have come to an understanding. This is what they want to do. So, Oshiomhole commission, Obaseki finish, Obaseki at the end of the day, that's the whole thing. So, I don't want to credit Obaseki for not implementing what is left for him. So, whoever is claiming glory for that, for a common agreement among co-partners in whatever ideas or whatever they have agreed to do, must understand that in life, whatever you agree to do with someone, you must implement it. So that is my submission. Because this whole thing is more than we can see from the ordinary or the layman's perspective of it.
All right. Mr. Andrew, we've got somebody that is here to support you. He's a consecrated supporter of Pastor Ize-Iyamu. So I think he has a question for Mr. Eriamiantor. Eriamiantor, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we got Mr. Monde here that is going to ask you some questions. Mr. Monde, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, please, can you off your system over there? The noise on the background is too much, please.
Yeah.
You've done that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead with your question. Who do you have a question for, please?
It's the man from Sweden, the man in the middle.
Yeah, Mr. Eriamiantor.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead. Mr. Eriamiantor, can you hear Mr. Monde?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead, Mr.
Hello,
Monde.
Mr. Eriamiantor.
Thank you, sir.
Come on board. I have some few questions for you. You seem to be supporting Governor Obaseki.
Yes.
I'll let you know, a lot of people do understand that Obaseki did not do anything, that he was just a complete waste of space. Number one, the Ekenwan Road you talked about just now.
Yes.
I hope you understand that Ekenwan Road is very close to Ewotubu. Those people in that area abandoned their houses because of flooding. Ikpoba Slope abandoned their area because of flooding. My question is road repairs or road rehabilitation an achievement? And then most of you, people who live in the diaspora, when people ask what is Obaseki's achievement, you people always refer people to Google. Is it Google they see achievement? Is it not on the ground? Somebody promised 200,000 jobs. We didn't get it. Somebody promised Gele, we didn't get it. Somebody who promised that Oshiomhole power plant is there and is coming in and it will serve government, and you the taxpayer or you not the taxpayer will not get it, and you call that achievement, and you live abroad. Like you people, like you are one of those sponsoring bad government for our timid, unemployed people,
excuse me, sir.
People in Nigeria.
Hello,
sir.
Hello, sir.
Mr.
Monde,
as commentators.
Mr. Monde, please. You have to be constructive with your words, please. Okay.
No, I am constructive. I've asked my question. I'll leave the matter for him now to go. I've only contributed and I asked him to answer. One, I've asked him that Ekenwan Road axis close to a Ewotubu area, people abandoned their houses. And I've also asked him that it go back slope. And I've also told him that development is not road repairs or maintenance culture. We live in this overseas, we see every day they repair road. But over there, people, Governor 4 years term is telling us that is an achievement. That's all I've said. Without due apology and without due respect to you, my moderator.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. So we're going to allow, please continue to watch us. Mr. Eriamiantor is going to answer your question now. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Oga Monde, let me try to answer you as much as I can with a very polite tone. The first is, please, you don't insult people based on their choices. You have your choice why you support OSAGIE Ize-Iyamu, and that choice is respected by everyone that is watching you. So we are here today to tell you why I believe Obaseki is the best for the now. Okay, so and that is my private choice that I have to take, and I must also educate my people what is on ground. Now let's look at the Ekenwan Road, the Ewotubu axis of Benin that we are talking about now. I just talk about the unit that is coming in there, like the work that is going in there right now. Now, if you check this Ekenwan Road axis, my wife comes from Ewotubu. Okay, that Ewotubu had been a problem even before the coming of Obaseki. So Oshiomhole was there for 8 years. He never did anything on that road. Like you said, road is not really an achievement. It is the way, it is because of the of the underdevelopment of Nigeria that we now call road construction, or even buildings, or education, or teacher salary to become an achievement. Actually, it is not an achievement. It is our fundamental human right that we need to get as a people. But having said that, this whole thing that I said now, it is already working. And secondly, we need to understand something. A government is being run with a certain amount of money. We don't have an overbudget budget. We don't have an overbudget income. There is an income stipulated within a space of time for us to be able to use to run a government. Okay? And we that are supporting Ize-Iyamu today, we all need to be very careful on how we paint government to be, so that when he comes in, we will not be judged based on what we are seeing today. So now in a government, there is a budget. And when the budget it did not come in, then they will now call, like I said before, a scale of preference. It's a scale of preference. Which area costs best? Which area comes first? That is how government works. That is why you can't do all the roads at the same time. You can't build all the schools at the same time. You have to put things in place to know which is coming in first and which is going to come in next. So that is what is happening. That is why today the road in that area is already under construction. Okay, then on the 200,000 job, maybe Bramode was not here when I tried to explain that. I'm going to explain it again. I have a farm in Benin. Okay, I run a farm in Benin. I employ some people working with me. That is part of the 200,000 job created. You, Nigeria Watch, you might have something. You might have something in Nigeria. My brother Andrew might have something doing in Benin City that he employs 2 or 3 people. It is part of the job creation in Benin. Okay, the problem with because we don't have a well-organized tax system, which I will employ anyone that is coming in, whether it's Obaseki or Ize-Iyamu, is coming in, must, as a matter of fact, find a way to bring a proper taxing system into the government. If not, we're going to cry again. It doesn't matter what we say. Because if the people I employ today, they don't pay tax. I only pay tax as the owner of the company. Because I pay them in cash. If I take this house I made to my farm to go and work, at the end of the day... Are you talking to me? Hello? I think everybody's frozen now. But Andrew, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hold on one place. Oh, just hold on.
I think Nigeria Watch is not. I think
the network is getting.
Network is failing. I think Nigeria Watch network is failing. It has frozen. I don't know if you are seeing it from your side.
I can see him. I can get him, but it's not moving.
Yeah, he has gone out. He's failing. He has gone out. So I think the network went bad or something.
Let's wait for him and see what he can do about it.
Yeah. Let's see how he's going to come back in. And I hope he can be able to come back into this one now.
He will, because I got to counterattack you on some issues you just raised up.
Hello, can you hear me? We lost it there. Are you there?
Yeah, hello, I'm still here.
Okay, we are very sorry about the network. We don't know what happened. So, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, we cut you short there. Can you just go ahead again, Mr. Eriamiantor, to round up before we pass to the question?
Yeah, I talked about the 200,000 jobs. That's what I was trying to explain. That even we, who create jobs, who give jobs to people right there in Edo State, are also part of the 20,000 jobs be created. What the government needs to do is to create an enabling environment for businesses to strive. That is what is applicable in every developed part of the world. Then on the Gelegele Seaport, let me try to explain that a little bit more better. Yes, when the Gelegele Seaport was about to be started, there was an issue that came up. And the issue was the Ijos, who were the one living in that locality, have an issue with the Gelegele Seaport because of the influence of the great Oba of Benin. And they took the government to court. Okay, I think it was around March or April this year that the government actually won the case. The truth of the matter is the case actually got up to the Supreme Court. So, and when there is a litigation over any property, the property cannot and no one can develop on that very particular property. Just what my brother said, Brother Andrew also said about the industrial park. The industrial park also have a litigation on it as we speak. These are facts and figures that we can actually go and verify. And when there is a litigation on any property of whatsoever, you can't continue. You must wait until it is being resolved. So that is why the Gelegele did not pick up. You saw the Oshiomhole, you saw the modular refinery, because there was no issue there. Those ones were already in operation, in construction. Okay, that is the reason why, sir. I'm not hearing you.
Mr. Eriamiantor, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Andrew, can you hear me? Mr.
Yeah,
Andrew,
I can hear you.
There? Okay, good. We've got someone on the phone.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we've got someone on the phone from America that want to ask you a question. I think the reason why you're supporting. So let him speak to you. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, go ahead with your question, please.
Okay, my question is simple. Mr. Andrew, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is.
Speak louder, sir. Speak louder.
Yeah, can you hear me, Mr. Andrew?
Yes, he's hearing you.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm not calling to support the governor or Ize-Iyamu. The question I want to ask all of us as Edo indigenous, what exactly do we need for our state? Are we supporting based on sentiment, or we want to support a governor that has shown that he can change the narrative that has been with us, which has been in the negative aspect of it, if I may put it that way? I mean, you, Mr. Andrew, you need to show us reason why you are supporting Pastor Ize-Iyamu. What has he done? What is his pedigree? Now we know that the governor that has shown shown improvement based on what Oshiomhole has done before, and we believe that he is working based on the strategy or maybe plans that was already in place or put in place by Oshiomhole. Why don't you support somebody who's bringing in ideas, innovation that seems to tally with what you see when you live abroad?
Okay, sir.
A situation where somebody like Tony Kabaka is giving authority to collect taxes. That's not done where you are, and you think that's best for those people. And you are talking about taxation. You are talking about people creating jobs. I believe the man who supports PDP was actually trying to make us understand that, look, wealth creation, job creation is implicit. And what I mean is that it depends on what is happening in that aspect of governance. For instance, he told you about creating jobs and how he has been able to create jobs. We don't expect government to tell you this is
all right, Mr. Caller. Hello, Mr. Caller. Thank you very much for your contribution. So Mr. Andrew is going to answer your question right now. Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
Mr. Andrew, I hope you heard everything he said, right? He's saying you should tell us why you are supporting Pastor Ize-Iyamu, and why are you supporting Pastor Ize-Iyamu based on sentiment, or just let us know why you are supporting him. Where's Mr. Andrew? We lost him. Hello, Mr. Andrew.
United Kingdom.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Yes, we just lost Mr. Andrew right now. He's not here. I think he's going to come back, but I think you can leave your question, but he's not right here. You know, can you call back? Okay, all right then. Let me pass your question to the public then. All right, I'll do that, madam. Thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Andrew, we want you back because there's a question waiting for you. Mr. Andrew? Hello? Okay, all right, we've got another call. 1 minute. Hello? Hello? The phone line is jamming. I can't even talk to anyone. Hello? Can you hear me? All right, but your line is very faint. I can't hear anything. All right, please, yeah. All right, Mr. Eriamiantor, I tried to take, okay, there's another call here. Hello? Hello, can you hear me, sir? Okay, so who do you want to ask questions, please? Hello? The calls are running down. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Oh, I've not done this before. The way the calls are coming.
It's not, you know, we do it a lot. It's not easy. You have to
Hello?
I normally use 3 phones to run it.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, who's your question for? Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm sure we can't do this.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, sir. I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, very loud and clear. Who do you want to pass your question to?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Who do you want to pass your question to? Mr. Who? Okay, all right. Go ahead, Mr. Andrew. We've got another question for you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Go ahead with your question. Hello, I can hear you. Go ahead with your question. Hello.
Okay, Nigeria Watch, let me quickly take the initial question before I went offline. There was a question pending before I went off.
Yeah, 1 minute. Hello, who do you have a question for? Yeah, good evening, sir. Who do you have a question for?
I have a question for
Okay, Mr. Eriamiantor. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, my question for him is that why is it that Governor Obaseki is fighting people that are not supporting him? Because in Nigeria we have two political large parties, which is PDP and APC. So why is he fighting those who are not supporting him? Number one, because Tony Kabaka is not supporting him, the case that they have is God. Why the people have destroyed Kabaka is dead because he's not supporting him. And we can remember in 2015 when Obaseki was campaigning, he went to Tony Kabaka hotel to go and see what.
All right. Okay. Your question is heard. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. It's going to.
My second question.
Okay.
2015, Oshiomhole was supporting Governor Obaseki. Governor Obaseki did not call him Godfather. But because he's not supporting him now, he's not calling Oshiomhole Godfather.
Okay. That's fine, sir. Okay, good. All right. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you very much. Hello. Who do you have a question for? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Sylvester. I'm calling from Italy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Please, off your system over there. Off your system. Off your radio or whatever you're watching from. Turn it down. Hello? Okay. We are going to mute the call right now because we need. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, Andrew Omofuma. Okay, go ahead with your question.
Okay. I live in Italy just like he lives in Italy.
Okay. All right. Okay, now we are going to answer these questions one by one. Mr. Eriamiantor, the last question was for you. Please, can you answer why, according to the caller, why is Obaseki fighting those that are not supporting him? You know, he's calling Comrade Oshiomhole at the moment a godfather. How come when Comrade was supporting him, he didn't call him a godfather? Please answer that. I can't hear you. Your mic. Okay.
Okay. Let me start with this. Oshiomhole became the governor in 2020. He became the governor in 2015. Okay. Now, in politics, when a governor is leaving, he tries as much as possible to gather people who have the same interest with him, so that the person can be able to come and help in building what he has already built on. Okay. And Obaseki being the head or the brain boss, according to Oshiomhole, of Oshiomhole 8 years in office. He said Obaseki was his brain boss. Being the head or the chairman of the economic team, Oshiomhole felt the man who can't do the job was Obaseki. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why brought Obaseki in. 3 reasons why. Number one, Edo State was already in debt of about $179 billion. You can check the debt management portal to get this verification done. Now, knowing fully well that Edo State was already in debt, Oshiomhole said, and he told Engineer Lukma, that if I bring in a politician into the government, these politicians, they have structures. And these structures, they are going to keep these structures. They're going to service their structures. And that will eventually affect the government of the day. Having no quite all right that the state is already behind them. So, Obaseki was brought in to salvage a mess that Oshiomhole had already put Edo State in. Number two, Obaseki was not a politician. He was a deputy, with a novice after politics was concerned. Oshiomhole seen him as an opportunity to be able to have an extension of his reign, since Obaseki does not have any idea of how the government is being wronged. And number three, because of the private issue that Oshiomhole had with Pastor Ize-Iyamu prior to the 2015 election, Oshiomhole felt that the only man among the that was with at that time with him, Obaseki only had the chance. Why? Because these two families, the Obaseki family and the Omofuma family, which is and the two largest family in Benin Kingdom. And for anybody to be able to stand with Ize-Iyamu in a normal election, it will be no other person than Obaseki. So these were the three reasons why Obaseki came in 2015. Now in 2020, the narrative has changed. The one Obaseki came in, that the reason why he was in 2015 is for him to become a stooge, a third time in proximity to Oshiomhole.
Okay.
That's the reason, sir.
All right. Now, the last question for you, Mr. Eriamiantor, is Governor GODWIN Obaseki actually went to seek for Comrade Tony Kabaka's head when he was coming into power, right? Now, okay. How come he ended up destroying his hotel from the same caller?
Yeah.
Remember? How come he ended up destroying his hotel? Because Comrade Tony Kabaka refused to support him for the second term. That caller from Italy is the one asking you this question.
I think that is a mix-up. Okay, the law does not permit that. Okay, what the law says or what the law permits as of today, that Comrade Tony Adun, aka Kabaka, built his house on a primary school land. And the time Obaseki was contesting for an election, Obaseki has not gone into the government archive to actually know who is occupying the government property or who is not occupying the government property. It's a different ballgame entirely. So whatever issue that they had nothing to do with Comrade Kabaka's house or hotel being destroyed. So we can link it together because they have issues. That is why it was. The reason why, according to what is in the public domain, is Comrade Tony Kabaka built his number one. Number two, in that same house where Tony Kabaka built or constructed his swimming pool, in that hotel was a road that Comrade Tony Kabaka actually blocked. Okay, people living in that area can testify of what I am saying now. So saying that he fight people who are not supporting him, that is not true. On the people that are with him, that he asked them to resign. Let me correct that, sir, before I go. People that are with him, that he asked them to resign. That is what politics is all about. If I decided to move to PDP or APC, and you don't want to follow me, the honorable thing you should do is to tender in your resignation letter. You cannot be in my government and you are in the opposition government when there is already a clash of interest. It doesn't work. So the fact must be laid before us. So there is nothing that political hunting or whatsoever. That is not there. There is nobody today who had resigned from Obaseki government that said Obaseki first.
Good evening. Who do you have a question for?
So none of them. So when you now say it's shunting them or is that is not true.
Who do you want to ask a question, please?
Okay. Naja.
Okay. All right. Mr. Eriamiantor, I've got one last question for you before you go, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. What about Gelegele support? Because Obaseki promised that Gelegele is going to give Gelegele support. That by.
Okay. Now your question has been heard. Please, can you answer that question, Mr. Eriamiantor, before we go? What about Gelegele support? That was a caller from Italy.
Okay. Let me try to be able to answer that question again. I said two things when I spoke. I said Gelegele support has a litigation on the Gelegele support, which the litigation just ended in April this year at the Supreme Court, that the government of Edo State won that very particular case. And I said, when there is a litigation in any property, there is what we call a stay of execution. So everybody needs to hold on. Nobody does anything until the case has been decided. So no matter whether it's a government or a private individual, that is why the Gelegele Court have not started. And number two is this: nowhere in the world that a seaport is built within 4 years. Nowhere. Nowhere. Because seaport has to do with dredging of the river to make it deep enough to be able to carry such a multitude of vessels as is coming up. So, but why it has not started is as a result of the litigation that is not. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Mr. Andrew, a lot of people have been asking questions to Mr. Eriamiantor. Fortunately, the lines are just out. There's a lot of questions here now. Please don't call no more. Just send a message. We are not going to take any more call because please send a message. We are not taking no more calls. You know, just send your message and we'll receive it, please. All right, I'm going to pass this last question from the text message here for, okay. Okay, Mr. Andrew, you have something to say?
I was having a question from a man from America before
go ahead,
I
sir.
went off air. I had to reconnect and I came back. I didn't answer that question.
Do you remember the question?
Of course, I did.
Okay,
Right way, I did. I do.
Answer, please.
Yeah. He was asking me why I support my mentor, my POI, the man I believe that will make the difference. That was the question. And briefly, I want to quickly address the issue of my brother from Sweden that he said that Gelegele Seaport is under litigation. And based on that, it was the bone of contention that the whole thing was not being done. I don't want to agree with that. Where was it published? Who published it? And why did the governor, as a Democrat, as a governor of the people, make Edos know the reason? I'm hearing it for the first time that this Gelegele Seaport or the industrial park is being hindered by litigation. And I can remind you vividly clear that the Kabaka's hotel was destroyed, still under litigation. So you cannot be speaking with both sides of your mouth, respect litigation one way, the other way you go against litigation. So we have to be realistic and be straightforward. Why was the Kabaka's hotel destroyed when there was a court order?
Mr. Andrew, we've got a question here for you on the text message from someone said, if you said Oshiomhole brought Obaseki to Edo State, then who brought Oshiomhole to Edo State? Can you answer that, please?
Before Oshiomhole, Obaseki was virtually unheard of. So, and it is in the clear record that Oshiomhole has made his name. Oshiomhole is a well-known name in every door in Nigeria. If you are lenient, except some of those people that are not kind of enlightened to know the worth of Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole has been a labor leader in Nigeria. He has been the forefront for the struggles against. I'll get to your questions. I'll get to your question, Rally. So Oshiomhole has made a name for himself. Oshiomhole's name virtually opened doors for him because Oshiomhole was a brand already, ready, marketable, and sellable. So, however, Oshiomhole came to Edo State, it was more or less an open door because he was well known for his activism, for his trade activism in the whole of Nigeria. So, I would not want to say categorically that anybody brought Oshiomhole in, though there might have been some how politics work. There might have been some inner calculus that might come together and bring him. But Oshiomhole has already been a brand already.
Mr. Andrew, hold on, please. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Please repeat what you just said. I've put you on live right now. Andrew is listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I am calling from Italy. My name is Sylvester. Now, The brother there, Stephen, lives in Sweden, and Andrew also lives here in Italy. And Commissioner Ero is in prison in Italy, according to them. And I've also heard Andrew in one of his comments on he's talking about the commissioner about 2 million. Now, this young man has been able to give us a story, you know, how everything went. And Andrew, who is here, cannot debunk that story that this man has given. Can Andrew simply tell us where and how Commissioner Ero was, or has he just learned also from this young man? And if he's just learning from this young man, they should stop all this propaganda on the internet for giving false and fake news. Because Andrew, I've heard from Andrew talking about Commissioner Ero and 2 million. And now I won't lie to you, I believed them to an extent because I thought they were well informed. But with this brother breaking down the whole issue now, I got confused. Because himself and his captain, whether his captain, though he just said he's no longer with him, what's his name there, that one in America, Eranomi or whatever they call him, was shouting Commissioner Ero. Eranomi was this on your program live here also, was shouting about Commissioner Ero. We have just known that that young man was arrested in France.
Okay, now, Mr. Andrew, that question is for you. Where is Mr. Andrew? Hello, Mr. Andrew, where are you? Okay, can somebody bring Mr. Andrew back? We just lost Mr. Andrew. We need to bring him back to answer that question. Okay, Mr. Andrew, okay, we have him back now. Mr. Andrew? Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
I was having some technical errors, but I have to. I just reconnect. Okay. So give me the question about my young man. What he just said.
Okay, can you answer that, please? Hello, Mr. Andrew. Are you there with us? Hello, Mr. Andrew. We need to end the show in 10 minutes. Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, damn it, stop calling. Who are all these? People are calling to my phone.
Okay.
I'm so distracted.
Hello.
Excuse me, I'll get back to you.
Okay, we lost Mr. Andrew again. He said he's got some technical disruption. So, I don't have any question. Someone else is trying to call here. My question to Mr. Andrew. Okay, a lot of people got questions for Mr. Andrew right now, but we don't have some stability for Mr. Andrew, so I'm not sure how he can answer these questions right now. Okay, well, let's just bring him back again. Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. There was some disruption. People were calling into my phone. I didn't put it on the. I didn't put the
less than 10 minutes to end this show right now.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So briefly, give me the question. The guy was saying that my guy there, Mr. Eriamiantor, gave some facts about Commissioner Ero.
Yes. What the caller was saying is that you live in Italy and Commissioner Ero was arrested in France or jailed in Italy. You not be informed. How come Mr. Eriamiantor, who lives in Sweden, was able to analyze, to break everything into pieces? Why did you live in Italy? You couldn't tell us what happened to Mr. Ero. Do you have anything to say about that?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ize-Iyamu. That question before now was not passed directly to me, and Mr. Eriamiantor's concession about his argument about Ero I didn't concur with it. I've not bought it. It was on the basis of my coming here, but I know Ero had erred. So that guy that just called in that I've not been able to educate, we all know that Commissioner Ero is in Italy. He has been found wanting of a crime of $2 million. So it wasn't the basis of my being here on a live debate. So the question was to him. He now brought his own views and opinions, which I didn't want to contest, but I still believe candidly that Ero is still a suspect of a money laundering. I can't believe that he has been prosecuted publicly because I'm not ahead of any cost sitting, but money laundering cases is still pending on his head. So Mr. Caller from Italy, Mr. Eriamiantor Sweden was just saying what he believes, but I don't think I have been convinced, or rather he has convinced me beyond any reasonable doubt that what he said, I did not buy his story because I didn't want to go there. I was going for other questions that I've been asking because the connection was going up and down. So in all ramification, in all standard, I don't buy your story, Mr. Eriamiantor. What you said about Ero, it's all, to me, it's all what you feel, your personal opinion. You don't have the facts. You have to show us the fact for me to concur. Obviously, I still don't have the fact. But what we heard that Commissioner Ero was arrested for money laundering, 2 million, moving with Obaseki, based on immunity, Obaseki was left to go. And Obaseki owes a duty in a good democracy environment, in a good democratic environment. He owes a duty to tell us what has transpired to his commissioner. But he has done virtually, he has done nothing of such. So, to me, he is still found wanting because that is not the quality of a good leader. In a democratic setting, a good leader addresses his people. What has happened to my commissioner? He owes his people that, how do I put it? The analysis to let his people know what transpired to his commissioner. Anywhere, France or Italy, but he has done virtually none of that. So, I think I don't want to go into a role because I've been saying much of a role in some of my broadcasts. A role, Obaseki refused to address those about the very Commissioner. What you said about Ero, my debater, my co-debater over Switzerland or Norway, where you coming from?
Hello,
I must tell you.
Hello, Mr. Andrew. You must follow up with me as moderator. Now, we are going to ask Mr. Eriamiantor. We've got someone on the phone that's going to ask you a question, Mr. Eriamiantor. Mr. Eriamiantor, are you there? Hello, Mr. Eriamiantor? Okay, your mic, please. All right, Mr. Caller, you can go ahead right now. He can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, just to respond to what Mr. Eriamiantor said, the EFCC confirmed the arrest of Commissioner Ero with 2 million money laundering. It was confirmed because I go to Google and Google it. The EFCC confirmed the arrest of Mr. Ero on money laundering. Then Mr. Ero also have other issues that led to the arrest, but he was caught with 2 million. Go in, you can see. Secondly, why did the governor replace him? As according to law.
Okay, your question has been heard. Please just stay behind, continue watching us, and while Mr. Eriamiantor iron out your question. Thank you very much, sir. Bye. Okay, Mr. Eriamiantor, are you there with me? Okay, now
I'm here.
I guess you heard everything the caller said, right? Please, can you answer that?
Now, let me make something very clear. If you go to Google, most of the things you hear on Google are fallacies. They are propagandas being perpetrated by people. Okay, Google is not where you get fact from. Facts are being gotten from the place where it ought to have been gotten from. Let me make this very clear. If Commissioner Ero actually took $2 million on the bag, according to speculations, in a normal setting, you can't take $2 million away from the central bank without you being noticed by the government. That's number one. Number two, Ero will not be so stupid, assuming he will not be so stupid to have gone with $2 million on him on such a journey, even when he is with Obaseki. Number three, I mean, if you know Governor Obaseki of Edo State that was arrested in the country you live, Niger Wash. He was picked up even while he was still a governor. He had to disguise like a woman to escape from the Interpol arrest when he was on money laundering. So the truth of the matter is this: he can't. Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. Mr. Eriamiantor, I'm sorry that I have to cut you there because we are running out of time. Yeah, so the last question for today is for Mr. Andrew. We've got a caller on the phone. Mr. Andrew, are you there with me? Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Andrew. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I can hear you.
Okay, now we've got a caller here that's going to ask
I can hear you.
Okay, then listen. Hello, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Andrew, please, I just need you to answer this question. Why is Oshiomhole so interested in Edo State election? As Oshiomhole the only governor that has come to Edo State before?
Okay.
Why is Oshiomhole so interested in this particular one? That is number one. Number two, why do you like Agberu government to be ruling Edo? For one person to be celebrating billions, and you said you live in Italy. Why are you misleading people?
Okay, all right, Mr. Caller, thank you very much for your call. Mr. Andrew is going to answer your question right now. Please continue to watch us.
Yes,
Thank you. Have a good day. All right, Mr. Andrew, in case you don't understand what Mr. Caller is saying, he said, why is it that Oshiomhole is so interested in Edo State election? Is Oshiomhole the first governor that have ruled Edo State before? You know, and the other question, please, can you answer that so that we can end the show?
Okay. Oshiomhole is a stakeholder in Edo State. Oshiomhole is a political figure. So Oshiomhole, as every individual, have their right to exhibit their freedom to association, freedom of what they want to do in life. Oshiomhole is a force to be reckoned with Edo politics. He knows in and out of politics. He's a name in politics. So you cannot undermine his prowess when it comes to politics in Edo State. So Oshiomhole cannot sit down as the national chairman of APC and see his state be undermined by a person he brought in as thinking this person is going to work in line with their agreement. Let us a gentleman's agreement. That is just the basic reason Oshiomhole mean words for all of us, because Obaseki refused to produce, because Obaseki calls the people of Edo State miscreants. Obaseki called a lot of people names, politicians, thieves. It's not done. Oshiomhole have a duty call to salvage the land because he brought him in. So that's just the basic reason. It's just human nature.
All right. The last question for you, Mr. Andrew. You have only 1 minute to answer this question. If you cannot answer it, just pass it. I have a message here from one of our caller, but it's a message. He said, if Ero been founded guilty, now how come Andrew endorsed Ize-Iyamu with 700 million fraud? Do you know anything about that? 700, that's the question there.
Okay, I really appreciate this question because of the lack of understanding of most of our people in diaspora. Pastor Ize-Iyamu have not been convicted by any courts of any fraud. It is just mere speculation of disbursement of 700 million for the PDP campaign in the last election. And there are other people involved in this 700 million. Even Danobi is involved. So why singly out Pastor Ize-Iyamu? And point of correction, he has not been convicted by any court. He has not been placed under probation, like I do hear some of my colleagues in the social media arena says Ize-Iyamu is under probation. He has not been convicted. He is just going to answer cases that are pending in court, which at the end of the day, he will be vindicated of these allegations. Okay.
All right,
so
Mr. Andrew,
let's play.
Okay, Mr. Andrew, we thank you very much because you've been answering almost all the questions. The other thing I'm going to ask you right now, do you think, according to a question here, do you think Pastor Ize-Iyamu is surrounded by thugs? Do you think that? Or
never. Nobody has the right to call anybody thug. Even the so-called governor of Obaseki has been displaying thugs in the arena for so long.
All right.
Call them
okay.
All right. They are thugs.
All right,
They are thugs.
Mr. Eriamiantor, hello, Mr. Eriamiantor, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I'm going to ask you a question here from one of our messenger said, why is Obaseki surrounded with Agberus during this election?
Agberus in what manner? Now let me try to.
Do you think he's surrounded by Agberus?
No. Like my brother just said, he said you cannot call anybody an Agberu. Now, what is an Agberu? An Agberu is tout. That is the English name. Agberu is the local name for it. They're called touts.
Yeah, that was the same question I just asked Mr. Andrew right now, right?
Yeah. The issue is this. Mr. Andrew gave an example of Austin V. Booth. Now, Austin V. Booth, Edo Stone, and some others, Aruna, were actually part of the Akube Ventures that was controlled by Comrade Tony Kabaka. Okay? Austin V. Booth was the vice chairman, known as his chair of chair, during Comrade Tony Kabaka's Akube Venture. Edo Stone was also a commandant in Akube Venture. Aruna was also a commandant in Akube Venture. Actually, these guys were being trained by Comrade Tony Kabaka. Okay? Now, when Obaseki came, Obaseki told every one of them, come, I need to give you a legitimate job. A legitimate job. So you need to go away from the life you live in, because leaving them on the street will cause mayhem on the state. So the few people like Austin people like Edo Stone, Aruna, and some others decided to follow Obaseki and not get a legitimate job, whereby Tony Kabaka and some others refuse to do same. Okay, they're so-called a refined people today. These guys are not being refined. They want to live a life outside ticketing, which my brother Tony Kabaka still wants to continue with. So having these people with Obaseki doesn't make them a thug. They have been reoriented that the life of doesn't work.
Okay, why is it that people are accusing Pastor Ize-Iyamu surrounding himself with thugs? If you defend the governor that is not surrounded by thugs, so who is the thugs? Who is surrounded by thugs then?
No, like I said there's what we call a refining. All these people, they are all beneath. They are all those. They are all one. Now, the refining nature is the difference now. These guys, Vibu, Edo Stone, Aruna, they are ready to. Okay, now the likes of Tony Kabaka still want to go back to the ticketing, which is called Agberus. That people use the word talk. Talk is a wrong language for them. They are touts. That's why I use the word touts, not talks. Talks are people that be employed to cause me.
All right. As far as I know, Governor Obaseki worked with these people before, right? And it like what people say, the regular words people are using, it dumps them. Now they are working now for Pastor Ize-Iyamu. What makes you think they moved? Because I saw a video where Governor Obaseki went to Comrade Tony Kabaka to ask for his support, and there was a lot of Edo youth there. But now they use the word "it dumped them." Now that it dumped them, all of them moved to Pastor Ize-Iyamu. What do you think we should expect if, for any reason, Pastor Ize-Iyamu become the governor of Edo State?
The word, thank you, use the word dumped. The word dumped is what we are going to see manifesting again. That is what some of us, people like me, they are engaged. Web tout will now be sent back to the market to collect levy for whatsoever reasons. There's what we call non-governmental agencies. That's who these guys are. They are not actors in the political spheres. So they don't have the right in whatsoever form to be collecting money on behalf of the government.
Okay.
So if Ize-Iyamu wins, then we are going to get Tony Kabaka and his group back again to the Central African Road. That is the fear of 90% of those people right now.
All right. We have come to the end of the show. Mr. Andrew, you've got 1 minute to address those in diaspora and home. What they should expect from your principal in case he managed to become the governor of Edo State in September 19 in forthcoming election. 1 minute, address us. Let us know what we should expect and your belief for your principal. Please, go ahead. Hello, Mr. Andrew, your mic is off. Your mic. Hello. Your mic.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's on now. So quickly, let me quickly address those in diaspora and those in Benin and Nigeria as well. Pastor Ize-Iyamu is going to make the difference. He's a man that feels the plight of the people. He doesn't undermine his people. I call them kind of a subordinate name to stigmatize them, calling them inconsequential, agberos or whatever. Mr. Ize-Iyamu is going to create a forum for everybody to be refined. Like my brother rightly said, calling Edo State refined, but I tell you, Edo State is not refined. Mr. Ize-Iyamu pastor is going to create an environment for all of us to feel homely and wanted. Nobody is going to be left alone. Everybody's going to be carried along. And it's not coming out to call any politician thieves.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew, for taking your time to join this show today. We really do appreciate you. We understand that you got a lot of things that you're doing, but you sacrificed this time to join us to talk to those in diaspora. So we appreciate it. We are going to bring you back here again, maybe before the election or after the election. Thank you very much. And we are going to ask Mr. Eriamiantor, please, can you use 1 minute to address those in diaspora and home, and what we should expect from Governor Obaseki if he emerged to be the governor of Edo State, forthcoming election September 19.
My people, let me make a use speaking English to talk to now. The truth is, if Obaseki wins, Edo will be a better place to live in. He's already have a foundation to create institutions that will help Edo to the next level. Vote Obaseki, vote prudency, and you will regret it. Thank you and God bless.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We appreciate your time. Mr. Eriamiantor, certainly we are going to bring you back here to talk more about Obaseki before the election or after the election, so that we can use your word against you, and same thing with Andrew. We are going to use your word against you depending on the result we are going to get in September 19. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Eriamiantor, for your time that you're giving us today to address the people in diaspora, our people in diaspora. We all appreciate you. As you can see in the comment section, there's so much love here for both of you. Both of you have your own fans. We've got our own fans. So they are clamoring, commending you guys. So thank you very much. Hopefully, we're going to do this again. Thank you for coming and have a good day. Mr. Andrew, take care. Mr. Eriamiantor, thank you very much and have a good evening. Right, my people, you know, is this one where we just do so, we never done before. I say my phone where I put make una dey call, una don't blow am, the phone don't blow. I have not done this before. To take calls, I cannot even pick one call while other calls are coming in. It's like rain were falling. I don't know, say, time don't reach, say, our own people for diaspora, everybody are interested in this election. Can you imagine? Everybody don't tired. Can you imagine? Everybody is tired. You know, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. We are tired. We've been in diaspora for so long. Many of us have been in diaspora for so long. Our house not let us go. Whenever you visit Nigeria, you are scared. You're always scared, especially you are going to, if you even arrive in Lagos, you say, thank God. But when you are going to Benin, you have to do extra prayer before embarking on Benin journey. To me, I like the involvement that we all have participated during this election. We are going to continue to do this in every 4 years because it's very, very important. Because this is about our life, our future. We cannot continue to say that it not concern me. People that live in Nigeria now, they know it not concern me. After all, I live in diaspora. I'm living in a good environment. Trust me, that country where they live, so they don't really want you like that. I know why. I know what I talk. You understand? We all have to continue to talk about what our government is doing. If the state where you came from, talk about them. Don't support a candidate because of sentimentality. You understand? Because it doesn't make no sense. You know, supporting a candidate because you think it's from your village, or you're supporting a candidate because you think that you don't feel friendly before, now your boyfriend before, or you don't feel friend your sister, or now your papa, grandfather, mother's brother. No. Support a candidate that can bring a change, a transparent change to us, that can bring joy and happiness to us. This is what we Nigeria Watch stands for. I don't support any of the candidates. I don't support Pastor Ize-Iyamu. I don't support Governor Obaseki. No, and it's a no. The reason why is this: we need a change. I want to visit Edo State without no fear, without no fear of somebody will kill me, somebody will kidnap me, or somebody will any sort of crime is happening there. You know, I live in Lagos. I don't have no problem here. You know, I live, to be honest, for me to move away from United Kingdom to come to Nigeria, the only suitable place and a good atmosphere that we're able to accommodate me is Lagos and Abuja. If it was to be in Benin, I would have already run back to United Kingdom to say, no, I can't do this. So please, let us all be careful for the person we are clamoring for. We want Pastor Ize-Iyamu. We want Governor Obaseki. Look what Godwin Obaseki have done for the past 4 years. Do you think he deserves the second term? Look the history of Pastor Ize-Iyamu. Do you think he deserves to be a governor? Or do you think any of them? But anyway, we don't have no option because it's only both of them that we have. So I wish we have another option. I would have loved it. But we don't have any other option because the only political party that is noticeable in Nigeria or respected in Nigeria is PDP and APC. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you so much for this, your dedication. Whatever we are doing, this you all are always gathering here for us to do it together. Because without you, we can't do it alone. I appreciate you all. You can follow me on my Instagram at Zevigins if you want to know other things, which I do. And I appreciate you all. Have a good evening, and may God bless you all. Take care and bye for now.